Hey, it's Andrea with Golden Acorns, where we help guide your growth in 12 key areas of life, like health, career, family, and more. We bring simple, actionable items to help move you forward with purpose. Let's plant seeds of potential and grow a life you love. Please share and enjoy.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Beautiful. It's almost like an autumn morning.
Oh, I know. It feels like
It's so great.
fall's on its way, even though it's August. It should be like 100 degrees outside, but
Yeah, it
strange.
should be.
Strange
Instead,
weather.
it's like 70s, beautiful.
Oh, it's like a top 10.
This is the one week that people go, this is why I live in the Midwest. And all the other 51 weeks are like, why do I live in the
Why
Midwest?
are we here?
Yeah. Oh, this is the one. This is the one.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
yeah.
There's more than that. There's there's
The people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I would say cost of living, but we now have like as high of a minimum wage as California. And yet, so as a business owner, it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Because then so our minimum wage in Nebraska has jumped 40% in 5 years.
Man.
So as a business owner, I have not raised my prices 40%.
I was just going to say goods have not increased too.
So it's hard. It's frustrating. It's hard, especially when you're more labor intensive as a business owner. So
yeah,
like staff dependent, I guess. So no one wants to come. Come on, baby. Yeah. So we thought we would talk about real estate today a little bit and maybe some tax savings ideas. We don't worry. It's not going to be super boring. We're not going to talk about tax. But
Don't skip yet.
Yeah.
No.
But basically, like if you're a high income earner and you're married, you can utilize a little loophole
one we use.
Yeah, kind of. For basically, if you want to get all the taxes you pay in as a high income earner, if you want to get all those back.
Yeah, I don't know who doesn't
legit
want to get taxes back.
I know. Yeah. It always feels like when you're making a lot of money that like, well, how am I supposed to get this back? You know?
Well, nobody teaches you that stuff.
Mm-mm.
You know, I think even a lot of CPAs just play the game like of, well, let me do your taxes for you. And like, they don't guide you like we would expect them to.
Right. Not education. And I think I take what I know for granted because I've learned so many little golden acorns.
Yeah.
Throughout the past, I don't know, 15 years that I don't even realize what I know. Right.
That's
and
a good call.
Like we're just taking advantage of them and I don't even realize that we are because I've just learned it over the years. So many little things.
Right. You've been to so many like seminars and conventions and speakers that give you those things. And you're like,
and webinars.
Oh my God. And webinars. Right. So and I'll give you all the credit because it's not me. Like you've educated yourself enough to have those and put them in play, you know, which makes a big difference.
Which I would say that's step one. Like, even if you can't travel, I would say, you know, if you could get on some like email lists or newsletters of people doing things that are in the industry that you're interested in, you know, if it's crypto, if it's real estate, if it's like whatever you're like, sparks your curiosity and you feel like that's what I want to invest in. I feel like get on newsletters.
That's a good idea.
Of influencers or companies or whoever that are
associations, like joining associations within those are really good. Yeah,
that are talking about this stuff because that's how you're going to learn tips and tricks and secrets is register to attend webinars, right? You know, and yes, 90% of the time they're trying to sell you something, right? But they are educational too. The good ones, right?
No, that's the thing. If you're looking for something, I think you'll pull something out of everyone. You know, just don't be, know that someone's going to try to sell you. Like be in the right mindset for those and be like, I'm not here for that. I'm here to see what I can learn. And then maybe sometimes you do decide, you know what, I will do their program. Like,
right. Or their course or their,
That's a really good call.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's not worth buying those things too, like those programs or whatever. Because I know I've done some here and there and I've done some big ones, you know, some big masterminds that we've paid a lot of money for. And we've 100% recuperated that money. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago, probably like, I don't know, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, when someone said something like, they were talking about how much they paid for a mastermind. And they had spent like $25,000 or something, right?
Which I feel like you say that to the majority of people and they're like,
oh my
way.
God, that's
No
so
way.
much money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, it's you're taking a big risk to invest your money in someone not knowing if you're going to get anything out of it.
Right.
Right? It's a big leap of faith. But my point is that people are like, I got a MBA level education so they look at the mastermind like, I paid for college.
Oh, that's a really good way. Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know what our college that we went to now costs. I think it's like $45,000 a year.
Probably.
When we went, it was like $22,000 a year, something like that. And so think about that. Like, essentially joining a mastermind is like paying for a year of college. Well, 20 years ago.
But
so
it's
now,
of exactly what you want to know.
yes.
No,
yeah.
no
So
fluff.
is it worth it? I mean, for us, every single one has been worth it.
Well, and I think a lot of times what we do is we think of like, because most of them are real estate focused, but
yeah,
it's always like, okay, if I pull one acorn out of here or make one connection or make something like that, like easily that one thing could be worth more than 25,000. If just using that number.
Do you remember the first one we joined?
The Fortune Builders?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were broke as a joke.
So poor.
That was a big leap, but we bet on ourselves. You know?
Yep.
And I didn't even realize that until later.
Yeah.
That like, well, yeah, we bet on ourselves. What we did.
So it was what, like 14,000 or?
Yeah, we went to the first sales seminar that was just like, you know, buy real estate with other people's money. And we were like, it's free.
Well, no, it was about flipping houses.
Are you sure that one was?
Yeah. It was just like how to flip houses.
Oh, no, because that's what they did later was the, yeah. Yeah, it was just how to flip houses. And we wanted to do that. Yeah.
I mean, we had done a couple live-in flips, but we're like, we want to like do this. Like, this is how we want to make money in real estate, you know? And Weston was 3 months old. Because when we went, I took her, right? I was nursing her and I couldn't leave her. It was like a 3-day event.
Well, no, wasn't there like the one that was free first and then it was like a little bit more money, like a couple $100
like
or something.
$99 or something.
Yeah, for their 3-day event.
Yeah.
And then that's the one that they like.
They tried to sell you the mastermind. Which we did it. And we had no money. Like we were in debt. We had a newborn baby. We had a 3-month-old and we had a 3-year-old, and we had like $4,000 in a account that we had saved for Xander.
Which was the world for us.
Yeah. And that was like his money, right? We had saved like $100 a month, you know, since he was born. And that's like what we had. And then they like funded the rest of it as like a loan.
Yeah. We even told him, I remember that, like, we want to do this because it's $14,000. We're like, we want to do it, but we have no money.
No money. And so they were digging through all of our stuff, trying to like find like what we could do. And then they financed the 10,000 or whatever that we didn't have. But long story short, you know, we learned how to write what they called yellow letters. And so we found a way to get a free list of absentee owners in our town. We wrote these yellow letters exactly like they said to do it.
Yeah, we followed their program. And
we sent out 40 letters, I think, because that's all we could really afford the stamps for. You guys, we were so broke. And we got 2 houses off of those 40 letters.
You know, we used their plan as well. We didn't just buy the houses.
Right.
You know, we learned about seller financing and we learned, you know, they gave us the documents that we use for that, the legal documents. Like, so we, right there, I mean, bam.
It was, so we got 2 $20,000 houses, one for $1,000 down and one for $4,000 or $5,000.
I thought it was 5, but yeah.
And where did we get that money?
I'm not sure still.
You had to have done like some extra deliveries or something to get that money. Cause like we didn't have
Yeah,
cash.
I'm
So
trying to remember, but
somewhere we had that cash and we put it, and that was like all the money we had to our name.
yep.
And we bought these 2 houses, and immediately we were making like $400 a month on these houses. But then it also, like, one of them, long story, but roach house, bad tenants, you know, all the things like we learned because they were rentals for us, you know, they weren't flips. But like back to what we were saying about joining that mastermind, like that was a huge risk for us, a huge leap of faith. And it started our true real estate journey.
It did. And it opened our minds to stuff we didn't even know were capable. It's just like, oh, you go buy a house for 20 grand. Where do I get 20 grand?
Oh, I have to go get finance from the bank. And then the bank's not going to say that these houses are worth. And if it's an investment property, you have to have 20% down. And that was $5,000 or whatever, you know, so, or that'd be $4,000.
No, we put 2,000 down on one, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we did 5,000.
That sounds high. Yeah.
It does sound high. I think we did 2,000 and like 1,000.
But one of them had a tenant in it, and they were only paying like $400 a month in rent or something.
So low
for a house. And we were like, we're gonna have to raise your rent to like $650, and that was still like under market. But we felt so bad.
But we didn't have to change anything or do anything to the house.
And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna move out. And we're like, yeah, we get it. Like, that's fine. Like, let us know when you find a place, and we'll, you know, we won't like push you out. Like, take your time, whatever you want to do. What was it, like 2 weeks later, a month later?
A month at most. Yeah, and they're like, I think we're just gonna stay here because we knew we're like, you can't go anywhere for $600.
No, and get a house. It was like a 2 or 3 bedroom house,
and they'd already been there
20 years. Oh my God, or something.
I don't even know. Yeah, like 20 years.
Yeah,
renting.
Yeah.
You know, like they'd almost bought the house.
Yeah.
Essentially. Probably more than bought the house.
So they were great tenants. We had them the whole time we owned it.
We sold it with them in place still.
Yeah, I think you fixed 2 little things in that house the whole time. So that was quite the contrast to the other one that we owned from that one campaign. But then like life got so busy, like, you know, we could have kept just doing these red letter campaigns or yellow letter campaigns but we just, you know, got busy with life and the business and
growing our family and everything.
Yeah. So,
but anyway, back to that, like, yeah, that was from a mastermind that we decided, you know, this speaks to us. We're going in, and that's what started. That was the catalyst.
Yeah. For
where we are. So I'm always grateful for that. I mean, some education is expensive even after the fact, you know, like the one house Andrea is talking about. We learned a lot of lessons in that house.
We did. You learn a lot what not to do.
Right. It's still an education, right? That's gonna,
like when you tour a house and the basement door is locked, might be a red flag.
Yeah, no one has the key.
No one can get into the basement until after you buy it. Yeah.
But so what we were going to talk about today too, I wish it was, I don't know how popular it was back then. I don't think it was very popular because it came
during
about
Fortune
later.
Builders? Yeah, because that was way back in 2012 that we did that.
Yeah, but like thinking of it now, you know, our Airbnbs are awesome. And I'm like, got to be able to get houses creatively and be able to turn them into Airbnbs.
Yes.
Is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Because they produce, done right, they produce so much more income than a rental property.
With potentially less headaches. Potentially more.
Well, yeah, there's both. But if there's going to be headaches, like even if you have a rental, there's headaches.
There's headaches, regardless.
Right? Like regardless, there's headaches. So it's like, well, shit, if I'm going to have them, I want to make some money for it. I want to get paid for them.
Yeah. Well, and you'd think like sleepy Omaha, Nebraska, right? That's always the sleepy Omaha of 1 million people. You would think Airbnb wouldn't be that popular, but we have so many sports. Like our kids are like crazy sports. Not our kids personally, but like kids in the Midwest are like all in all these select teams and travel teams, and like so. Those teams travel around Omaha, Kansas City, Des Moines, like all the little towns around here. You know, we call them little, like, you know, all of our million population towns. And compete against each other.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's a big draw off. Also, we have the best zoo in the country. I'm not saying it's the best zoo. It's like literally voted the best zoo
It goes
every
back
year.
and forth in top 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
One and two.
with San Diego. So lots of people come from like literally around the country to come to our zoo. And so there's draws. We have the College World Series. Like we have things that draw people to Omaha. It's just people that don't live around here, have no idea.
Yeah,
right?
they don't come here for our waterfalls
No.
or our hiking
No.
or our fishing. You know, like that's what people
No.
think. Like, oh, we're going there at Omaha for their beaches. No, you don't.
Not our beaches, not our zip line tours. That's
So
not part of it.
we're going there for a volleyball tournament.
Right.
There, a basketball camp. Yeah.
So after we bought our first hotel conversion in Colorado, we still had money. And I was like, okay, let's do this Airbnb thing.
Well, we knew we didn't want to be renters again of single family homes.
Right.
And that's just, but we knew we wanted more houses, you know, or like we love houses. We love working on them, flipping them,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to be a renter, but we also don't want to sell it. We want to hold it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and make money. So we were just like, what fits in that box?
Yeah.
And my genius wife was like, well, the Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
And then like everything, you go down the rabbit hole and are like, I don't want to just be what everyone else does.
Right.
Like I want to set myself aside from everyone. Like, and I want to find something unique. And you did. And still, even now, I mean, we've had that for a while.
4 years. 4 years almost.
Yeah, almost 4 years. And it's still unique compared to a lot of other Airbnbs that people own.
Yeah.
Right. And why is it unique?
It's a 7-bedroom house.
Yeah.
It's 3 stories. Like, you can't buy that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a house built in like 1900. So it's very old, very charming, very, and it's funny because with that, we totally broke all of the real estate rules.
Oh, it was so hard.
Because for one, it didn't really need any work. Like when we bought it, it was like, I mean, we reconfigured the kitchen a little bit, but other than that, it was like move-in ready.
They'd already kind of flipped it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the previous owners had water damage or something. So insurance came in and like paid for the house to be kind of put back together from that. And so it was nice. And like, we don't buy nice houses.
No.
Like,
and it was the most expensive house in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Again, you don't buy the nicest house in the neighborhood, right?
No,
like
but we weren't buying it to live in it.
Or to flip it.
And that's the thing you had to look at. And you did really well. I think you even had to convince me, like you always do. You know, because I'm like, this goes against everything.
I know
like,
it does. It felt wrong.
But it's like we're buying a business.
Yeah.
Not just a house.
Yeah.
You know, so once I got my head around that, it was like I understood more.
Yeah. So, we just reconfigured the kitchen a little bit, made it make more sense. Obviously furnished it, and just threw it up on Airbnb and see what happened. And that was in March. We threw it up, and then we started getting bookings. I was like, oh God, thank God, it's working. I need this. I need it to pay its bills. Right. So,
yeah. But we don't compete with, the majority of houses in town are like 3 bed, 2 bath, or 2 bed, 2 bed, 1 bath, even a 4 bed, 2 or 3 bath. Like that's not competition.
Not
us.
Really. No.
Because we can sleep so many people comfortably.
Yeah.
And that's where like a lot of people are like, hey, I got 3 families coming. Like I'd like to all stay. You want to split something? Well, you can't even book a 4 bedroom with like 3 families.
No.
If there's too many people.
Yeah.
It's against the Airbnb rules. Like they won't allow it.
Yeah.
So we're just unique in that where people are like, oh my God, it's so much cheaper than a hotel. We can all be together. There's separate floors, separate bedrooms. Like they still have their space.
Yeah. And our kids love it. Like when we go over there, they like instantly go up to the 3rd floor to go play.
Oh, kids love that place.
And it's like, oh, we don't even hear them. They're gone. Right. So no, we thought about talking about the Airbnb for a couple of reasons. And one of them, like you were saying, is it is a higher cash flow than a long-term rental.
Yeah. I mean, I get the draw to long-term rentals if you have a good renter and if you have a really good house, like where you're like, well, I just don't do much with it. And I make $100 a month or $200 a month, like maybe, and they just live there. That's great. You're still getting,
it is. Yeah.
You're growing equity in the property.
That's how most people think of real estate.
Yes. And this is kind of what we learned from those early ventures. I mean, we were making $400 on one. Wasn't one? We were making $400 on one
both
house.
Of them.
Oh, on both. That's right. Yeah. And so we're making,
we were making $800 a month
for 2 houses, which was like, this is amazing until some shit goes down. And then all of a sudden you're like, it's going to take me a year
to recoup
that money.
Like when a furnace goes out or a roof needs replaced.
Right. So we were like, we have to own like 10 to 20 of these before we can cover that.
Yeah.
And that was really defeating. I remember that feeling is like, I don't want to own that many.
I don't want to do this for 10 more.
Right.
It just felt so
it's daunting.
Heavy. Yeah.
So that's where the Airbnb model we really like is, well, one, I like that our house is cleaned after every single person. Because that was so defeating to me when we go into a house that we just redid.
Yeah.
All the floors, the walls, the paint, everything. You go in after a renter and it's trashed.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God.
Why can't people be respectful?
Right. And so then that money, once again, what does it cost for time and materials and everything to do that? Yeah.
Yeah. To turn after a renter.
So Airbnb, people leave. One, you can document damage, charge them for it. Two, cleaners come in and clean everything in your house. It's cleaned more than our house, which doesn't take a lot. But
for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it's cleaned more than most people's homes.
Yeah.
So it's taken really good care of. I love that. And then the juice, you get so much more juice for the squeeze.
Yeah.
Because you're getting so many more turns and people are paying more. That the headaches are worth it when you have a crappy.
Like I was trying to do the math real quick. I think that our house as a long-term rental would bring in like $24,000 a year, maybe $2,000 a month.
Okay.
Maybe $2,500 because it's such a big house.
Right. And then you take like debt service or whatever out of that.
Right. So like we'd be making maybe $300-$400 a month off of a long-term rental.
Yeah.
But our house right now grosses, $60,000 to $65,000 a year. So we're more in that like $5,000 a month average.
Yeah.
So I mean, $2,500 to $5,000, right? We're like making double what that house would make as a long-term rental. And here's the added bonus, right? That we're that we wanted to talk about as far as taxes go.
Yeah.
Also, that creates, I'll kind of get into it, but it creates an active, you're essentially actively managing. So
this is if you are managing it yourself, right?
Yes. You can't have a third party company be your Airbnb manager.
Yeah.
But you don't have to clean it yourself. I think people get that confused. They think if they're managing it, that means they have to clean it. No.
Which
you just have to manage your cleaner.
I'll say, depending on how much time you have or what you like doing, we pay our cleaner a lot of money a year.
Over $15,000 a year.
Right. So if you saw that number and were like, well, I'll clean it for $15,000 a year, you could easily do that.
If you wanted to.
It sucks.
I hate cleaning.
Especially if you have a 3-bedroom or a 3-floor,
7-bedroom house.
I don't want to clean it.
I mean, it takes like 4 or 5 hours to clean that house every time.
But that's what I was getting at quickly is like, that's another income producer that's available there that you don't have in a rental.
Right. That's a good point.
So, but anyway, you do not have to clean it yourself for what Andrea is going to talk about.
For the tax break. So,
yeah.
So there's something with high income earners. So this is a little secret that doctors use. So a lot of times doctors, because they earn a lot of money, but this can be anyone. It doesn't have to be a doctor. You don't even have to make that much money really for this to work. But if you have a spouse that does not have a W-2, so Axel has a W-2, I do not have a W-2, right? I am not employed by someone else. You can get what's called real estate professional status. So this only works like married filing jointly.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Obviously I am not a tax expert, so please talk to your CPA
Disclaimer.
about these things. But the rep status gives you the ability to turn Axel's active income, like my active income as a short-term rental manager, becomes active income. Whereas, so a lot of people don't know this. When you are doing taxes, there's active income and there's passive income.
I think because a lot of people don't have passive income.
So, which means there's active income losses and there's passive income losses. So say you have a long-term rental.
Yep.
And your furnace goes out and you have to pay for a new furnace. That property now has a loss for the year. You lost money on that, but that's a passive investment. So it's a passive loss. Okay. As a W-2, you have active income. The only active loss you can have if you don't have businesses is like your standard deduction, or your itemized deductions that your your CPA does. So that's really it. That's why a lot of people are like, how do rich people
so you can't
save
leverage
money?
that furnace loss.
No,
really anyway.
It doesn't offset your active income. No. So what you can do to offset active income is have active losses.
Okay.
I know that's like really confusing.
I feel like we're dealing with pluses, like positives and negatives here. Like it's a negative plus a negative, right?
But just thinking there's like two buckets, active and passive.
Yeah.
And they can't cross for tax purposes.
One's
like
oil and one's water, right?
You can't mix them.
Yeah.
But with a rep status, real estate professional status, that also does not mean you have to be a realtor. That's a common misconception. You're a real estate professional because you are an active short-term manager.
Oh. You just have to have something to do with real estate, not be a realtor.
Managing your passive rentals does not count.
Oh.
So
because you just said that's passive.
That's passive. That income is considered passive income. Short-term rental income is not considered passive. It's active. It's a business.
Well, just from a physical standpoint, it is much more active than just having a renter in. So I see that. Again,
talk to your CPA. There are specific CPAs, or if you Google or chat, short-term rental loophole, right? Like this is about, so the IRS hasn't set this way. It's not, you're not breaking any rules, but you can, by managing your own short-term rental, it becomes active income. So why is that important?
Please.
This is getting a little confused, right? It's a little deep. This is as boring as the tax conversation gets.
Right.
Just to teach you guys something just to give you a golden acorn to potentially put $30,000 in your pocket, right?
Yeah. Tell me more.
At tax time. So, so listen up. I know taxes are boring, but this is going to make you an entire salary.
So we got active income, passive income.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about active income basically, or how to
turn. Yeah. How to get so for us, I get Axel's W-2 taxes that he put in at every paycheck.
Yep.
Right? Every paycheck he's putting taxes in. Right? Just everybody does.
Right. So if you're a high earner, that tax bucket is way bigger.
Right. That's typically a lot. That's a lot of money. Yeah. Right. And so then by me being a rep, like a real estate professional status, there's a form that your CPA has to fill out for you and file with your tax return that says you're a rep or have rep status. Then any deductions that we get for our businesses, and for you guys, what we're saying is if you just have one Airbnb, and then you buy things for that, and you keep everything separate like a business, it's its own bank account, it's its own tax return, it's its whatever, you have losses.
Yeah.
Or you cost seg that house. That's even deeper. We're not going to go there. But let's just say you have losses for that property.
Yes.
You have a $10,000 loss. You might have still made money. This is what people don't understand about real estate. You might have had a $10,000 loss on paper, but still put $20,000 in your bank account. So for one, that's one piece of this, that I'm not saying you have to lose money in order to get this benefit. So you lose money on paper through depreciation.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So then say I lose $10,000 on paper. I just reduce your tax because I'm a reps. I just reduce your active income by $10,000, which reduces your taxes.
Nice.
So you paid in at this level, this high level,
right?
But really, we just dropped your income to this level on taxes on our return.
Yeah,
which means you overpaid taxes.
Boom. So they
so
owe you
guess
back.
What? You get that money back.
Very cool.
Yeah. So if you have one investment that is active, whether it's a business, I feel like what I love about short-term rental is that you get the depreciation, all your furnishings can be written off, any improvements you made to the house. So it's like a long-term rental investment in that you get all the benefits of real estate.
But it's like a business.
But it's a business.
Yeah.
So you get to take those active losses and you get to use them against active income, which reduces your tax liability, which then you get a tax return.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's the gold nugget. It's pretty.
So real quick though, I know there are some caveats with the reps status.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just high level, what are some of those? Like, because you can't just have like one and be like, I only work on it like a tiny little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have, I'm just going to say, chat GPT it, because there are 7 stipulations, 7 ways you can turn your short-term rental into active income. So you want to make sure you're following those. And then
CYA.
Yeah.
Cover your ass.
Yep. And then rep status also has some rules. Like one of them is you're supposed to work 750 hours a year in real estate, or 750 plus 1 over like a full-time or like a W-2 job. So it's a lot easier to qualify for it when you don't have a W-2. So like, because I'm not W-2'd and you are, it's a lot easier for me to qualify.
Oh, so if I had my W-2 job and I'm working those hours and I'm supposedly doing 750 hours, the government's
That's why a doctor has their spouse do it, because they can't prove that they worked 750 hours on top of being a doctor.
Yeah, that looks fishy.
Right? Because they work a lot of hours. So, sure. or a lawyer or anybody that's like working long hours, high income earner. It's harder to prove, but if you're married filing jointly, then a lot of times their spouse will do it.
I love that.
So that's
now you
kind
could
of a
also
little
just
secret.
Get a real estate license, right? And like that almost.
Yeah. I mean, you could become a realtor, like, and work for some commissions and then also do this. And like, then you don't even have to probably prove the 750 hours. Again, I don't know that. I would still talk to your CPA about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, talk to Chad about the short-term rental loophole and the rep status, and get the rules, and then take those and talk to your CPA if it's something you want to pursue. I think, if you look at your spouse's paycheck, who is a high earning W-2, and you look at how their pay stub and how many taxes that they've put in, and if you could get all of that money back, is it worth the little bit of effort?
Right. Well, because you can only put so much in a 401k and the traditional type stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're still going to have tax burdens.
Right.
So to get any of that back, to pay 0 in taxes would be fantastic.
Right. Pay 0 or get a return.
Man, I love that.
Well, yeah, you love it because we do it every year.
Because we do it, and it's great. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So essentially I'm creating my own salary by every year getting all of our taxes back.
Right. And okay, real quick, what do you think? Ours isn't like our Airbnb isn't full every single day.
Mm-mm.
Right. What's our vacancy approximately, our occupancy?
Oh, like 50%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So half the year.
Half the year.
And what do you think on a scale of 1 to 10, or how would you describe to people like how hard it is to manage it? What does it take out of you?
I forget we have it sometimes.
So really difficult then.
Yeah, it's super hard.
Because really what it is you managing the app and the communications.
It's all about communications, which, you know, I've owned a retail store for years, and I've like, you get Google reviews, you get, right? So you know the level of where you need to be at to make people happy and to make people leave good reviews. And like, sometimes there's things that we can't control. Like, we're in a heavily Hispanic neighborhood, and there are some racist people out there.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we'll get a review, or we'll even get people call when they arrive, and they'll see, you know, families of Mexicans outside hanging on their porch because it's just kind of part of the culture. And then they like want to leave. They want to like cancel. I'm like, it's not a dangerous neighborhood.
This is a family neighborhood.
I don't know what you think is happening out on their porches with them hanging out, but it's not, you know. So sometimes you just can't help that stuff.
That's true.
Right. So
which we've had to cancel a few times on that, you know, like, but we make them call support. It's on them.
Yeah, it's on them for being prejudiced.
Exactly.
Like we know our neighborhood's safe. So if we wouldn't Airbnb something in a dangerous neighborhood. I don't think that that's the way to go.
No,
I wouldn't recommend that.
You know, your neighbor throws a party at till 3 a.m. That's really hard to control.
That happened once. And we're like, did you call the police? Like, what? We can't come over and make the neighbors stop partying. You have to call the police. They can do what they want
in their property, but
yeah.
But other than that,
I would say avoiding neighborhoods that maybe that type of stuff would happen would be a good tip on when you're finding a property.
Okay.
You know, safe neighborhood, maybe not super young neighborhood, right? Where there could be parties and stuff. You're always worrying about your guests throwing the party, not necessarily your neighbor throwing the party. And just, you know, that it has good privacy, lots of parking. And those are kind of some things that we've noticed.
But as far as communications go, though, still, like you set a lot of automations, right? Like it allows you to do that.
Yeah. We have so many automatic messages. So I mean,
it's not like when someone, a lot of times it's just talking to people automatically, right? You don't have to.
There are some guests I never say a word to, and they never say a word to me because I'm talking to them through automated messages that I'm not actually doing anything with. I would say it's like 1 out of every 8 guests, I might actually have an extra conversation with them.
Yeah. And some are needy, or I always feel like too, people that aren't familiar with the platform, because there's still a lot of people that haven't used it, seem like they have a lot of questions or don't understand the process of an Airbnb. Like they want to know all the information way before they're there.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Like,
how do I get in and this? And you're like, I'm not telling you that until you.
Yeah. I do have a lot of people that want the address early. And I just tell them, like, for the safety of our guests, you'll get it 24 hours before you check in.
Yeah.
So, and that's true. Like, I don't want them scouting out the place and like, I don't know. Because we could
have other people in the property.
Right. So I want to keep people's privacy.
Yeah.
You know?
So there's that. There's the communication part. And then what about when something goes wrong?
Yeah. I mean, every October, I'm pretty sure our furnace goes out.
First cold snap.
First cold of the year. And never fails. We're like in Miami or something at a bar when that no, but having your I guess kind of repairs and maintenance in check, and like I think we need to do a better job of preventative, so like changing our furnace filters and like,
oh yeah,
you know, you still have to care for the property, so you have to make sure the lawn is mowed, make sure the garbage gets out, make sure that your furnace filter is checked, and like these are things that Airbnb guests are not going to do, whereas like a renter might do.
Yeah, a renter has to mow their own lawn,
right?
You know,
if you have a long-term renter, these are kind of all on them.
That's true.
Whereas like an Airbnb,
this is
it's
all
not.
Stuff you can hire out if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things where you can decide what to do to not pay for.
Yeah. Like our lawn is so small at this house that we mow it ourselves. It
Yeah, I
takes
mow and
like,
trim it in 30 minutes.
yeah.
I mean, it's
And you like mowing and trimming. So
I do.
could we hire that out? Yes. Sometimes we have our nephew go do it.
But it also gives me an opportunity to go get eyes on the property again.
Yeah.
Just because, like I talked about renters, I hate when people destroy your stuff. So it gives me a chance to go in and be like, how's everything look?
Yeah.
Just eyes on the property.
Yeah. And we're now, we've had it for 4 years and it's time for a refresh. So actually this week we're spending our time kind of sprucing up the place, getting a little more design funky on it.
Yeah.
We're going to have new pictures taken on Thursday. So what we'll do, we'll send you guys our link to our Airbnb,
Ooh.
not to book it, right? Unless you're going to come to Omaha, book it and let us know that you listen to our podcast. Maybe we'll hang out. We'll go to a restaurant or something. But yeah, we'll send you our Airbnb link because our new pictures should be up by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
And you can see kind of our what we've done to kind of update it, make it more fun, add a lot of design to it because it's so boring right now. It's just like white walls and
which I will
boring
say,
furniture.
even doing that, it still just does well. Like even just kind of putting in, like I think we brought a lot of furniture from our house.
Oh, we did, yeah. I bought some brand new furniture off of Marketplace. That was like flex steel, super nice,
but still like.
But
plain.
boring.
A plain,
beige.
yeah.
We'll call it beige.
Beige.
Because I was just trying to be generic.
Right.
And it is generic. Like the house is very generic. And then, we were like, well, we want new furniture. So another little secret hack. Anytime you want something new in your house, you take that to the Airbnb and then you buy it for yourself. It's great. No, so we are like, okay, it's probably time for a refresh. Let's spruce this thing up a little bit. And we're going to do bold colors and an arcade and...
Well, and as Airbnb gets more competitive too, it is all about the pictures, the first impression on...
And our pictures are terrible.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Because when people are scrolling through, if you look just generic, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like go look at any ski town one.
Yeah.
Most of them tons of them look the same. It's the same condo. I swear to God. Like you're just looking through them and it's like condo, condo, condo. And then these ones just pop at you and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because the pictures are phenomenal, so I think they just make such a difference. And that's what we're going to go for. Maybe you should share both of our Airbnbs because our Branson one.
Oh, our Branson one.
Really pops too. That one's really cool.
Yeah. So we had a professional company is managing that one. And so they came in and did the design on it. And they did a really good job. It's really pretty. Yeah. So, I mean, some of the stuff we bought, but they did most of it and it looks really good. So, and we're going to, when I found out that another house in town, now granted they have a pool, which we're not going to add a pool to our house. Cause in Omaha, you can only use it from May to September. So to me, it's kind of a lot of money
and a lot of money
for 3 months out of the year, 4 months out of the year. But, this guy does like double what I do. And really like my house is in a better location and it's bigger. And so I'm like, yeah, we got to get rid of the beige. We got to make people actually want to like, not just because I've always looked at it from a perception of value. I'm like, yeah, I would pay for this because it's so expensive to have two families get separate hotels. And if your family is big enough, sometimes you need 2 hotel rooms for one family.
That's true.
Right? Like technically, even with our family of 5, we shouldn't be staying in most hotel rooms with a double queen.
Right.
Right? Or even a 1-bedroom king with a pull-out sofa. It's like, that's for 4 people.
And we're like, no.
No, our kids can sleep on the floor. Like, it's fine. Or all 3 kids can sleep in the king bed and we'll sleep on the sofa. Right? I mean, you make it work when you don't want to get a second hotel room.
Right.
Right. So like I've always looked at our Airbnb from a perception of value. And I think, that's kind of the wrong way to look at it.
Yeah.
And it should be from the perspective of like, wow. Right. Like I want to go there. Like I would go to Omaha just to be in that house.
To where like, the price doesn't matter. I want to go there.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and make it more.
I like that. We do
more of
everything
that.
though through frugal eyes, you know,
and we're growing in that way.
We are.
We still need to improve.
Right. And we're hoping too that bringing this, I don't want to say up to date, but making it more designer and nicer will allow us to have better renters and guests as well. Because we'll be able to charge a little more, and that'll be the people that will appreciate it. And because we're those people, and sometimes are, there's always going to be the people that are like, I just want the best bang for my buck. You know, it doesn't need to be fancy.
Right. But then our house isn't the answer.
Exactly. And we got to be okay with that.
Right.
So,
yeah. So yeah, that's kind of our, and maybe like, we don't even know how many we're not getting because it's just boring.
Yeah. You don't know who's just skipping.
Yeah. They're like, eh. So we're going to make it not boring.
I don't get those analytics.
No, you don't get those analytics. Well,
probably for a good reason. I don't know.
I think your DNA will show you, you know, how many people looked at it and like what % of people that looked at it book with you.
Oh.
But then you have to know how that compares.
That's true.
To other bookings.
Need all the info.
Yeah. Which I don't even see. I'm bad. Like I don't even look at that stuff. I just do my thing and go. And
well, because I feel like it's good enough for us where we want to. It's like we're fine. We're not.
It does well enough that we don't stress about it. But like if it could be doing double, I want to be putting a little more effort into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you feel like we might be leaving some stuff on the table.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Yeah. So
so the golden acorn today was the real estate professional status, I think.
Yeah.
And then the Airbnb is one of the ways you can get it.
So if this really like sparks something in you, back to what we talked about in the very beginning, maybe take a little mastermind about Airbnbs.
Ooh.
There's classes out there, you know, where people teach. Maybe you pay $197 or, you know, there might not be really expensive ones. There might be affordable ones where you could learn how to do it.
I always think too, this day and age, like everyone knows someone that's doing an Airbnb. Like it's a great start to even learn just kind of from them, like the basics of it, the messaging, things that they've done or haven't done. And then you can kind of make it your own.
I say yes and no.
Really?
Because what if it's just your buddy at work that has one? How do you know what they're doing is right?
I'm just saying more for the basic expectations of it.
Oh, like how much time consume?
Yeah,
time it consumes.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and just like even I think getting people's experiences with it are different because you can pinpoint what they aren't doing. That's why I love talking to people because even talking to other Airbnb people, they do it different than us.
Yeah,
and I like listening to like, oh, I like that, or yeah, that's a problem. You know, like,
okay,
maybe you should be doing that.
Kind of getting a whole like sample, like a focus group almost.
Yeah.
By putting together everybody that you know that might have one and just having coffee with them and seeing how they do it.
Yeah. Or, I mean, the class is a really good idea too. But if you can't find one in your area, depending on where you're at.
Oh, they're all online, honey. You're so
the
cute.
interwebs?
The interwebs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point earlier.
Even bigger
though.
pockets should have one. I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Probably hundreds.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point though earlier. If you were to buy one in like, say you don't live in Florida, but you're like, I buy one in Florida.
Right.
If you hire a management company, you're not going to get reps, are you?
No.
You have to actively do it.
You have to be the one doing the messaging.
So you're going to want, could you still do the messaging and have someone?
Nope.
Okay. So really you're going to want one where you live to do that.
I mean, you don't have to, but like we have one in Colorado that we manage.
Oh, that's true.
But we have somebody that goes and checks on it and cleans it for us. So it's possible to do it out of state.
All right.
Yourself, quote unquote. It just depends on how much, that's a little, I guess, more stressful if you don't have a good network.
Yeah. You just have a team down there.
But also our one out of state is more of a midterm rental. So I think that's why it's even like easier.
Midterm, meaning it rents for longer periods of time.
Yeah. It's like a month or longer.
Okay.
It's like an Airbnb that's a month or longer, essentially. It's like a furnished apartment. So I would say we've only had 5 renters all year, and it's August. So,
Well, because we get like traveling nurses and
yeah, I mean, they'll come for anywhere from a month to 3 months have been our bookings on that.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's about double what a long-term rental is.
which is great.
Yeah.
Because then also the room isn't getting as much traffic as one of the other rooms. Like things aren't getting used as much,
Right.
which I like.
Right.
Because it just lasts longer.
And it brings us more money.
Same thing with our
nice.
Airbnb. You know, that's a good point. Like you said, it's 50% occupied.
Yeah, half the time it's empty.
Half of the year no one was in the house.
And we made
using
at least double that what we would have made someone living there full time.
And you think about like walking on the carpets, you know, jumping on the furniture, using the beds, the plumbing, like that's just half the amount of use,
wear and tear
in your house.
Mm-hmm.
But we're making double the money. Like that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So things last longer.
For sure.
Cool.
Well, we'll share our Airbnb listing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully our new pictures are up before then.
We got to bust butt.
I have 4 days to get this done. This is where I need a handyman that just like lives with us so that they could do all this for us. And then, yeah, if you guys have any questions about it, you want to reach out, I'm always an open book. I'd love to hop on a Zoom with you or anything.
If you want to come see at the Airbnb and we'll meet up, let's do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun. Cool.
Anything else?
No.
I think we shared too much today.
No, I think that's good. I hope people get something out of it and some motivation to give something a shot.
Golden acorn today, and you heard something new that you're like, wow, I never thought about that. That's our goal.
That's our goal. Take the acorn, plant it.
Yeah. See you again soon.
Bye. Thank you for joining Golden Acorns. Remember that small steps you take today can lead to big growth tomorrow. Keep planting those seeds of potential. Watch your life flourish in ways that truly matter. If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone that could use a little inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a chance to grow with us.